What's going on, guys? Welcome to another one of Black Iron's battles. Today we've got a Total War Warhammer 2 1 vs 1 quick battle for you. And I am using my favorite, the Skaven armies. And we are facing off against a group of the cold-blooded Lizardmen. So right off the bat, you'll know that I did take, my favorite lord here. We've got Queek Head Taker. So really we strip him down pretty good. We do make sure to add the Warp Shard armor to take away 18 armor from everyone in that entire area right around the unit. If you see there when we hover over it, it's actually a pretty large area if you see at the edge of the map there. Also, we've got trophy heads, which will just provide a huge debuff to an enemy lord. Besides him, we've got this Warlock Engineer right over here. He's just super cool. Look at that steampunk look he's got there, and I mean we really only bring warp lightning on. Since we're facing off against the Lizardmen here, we didn't really I didn't really think it was okay to bring the anti-air spell that I normally bring. And then here we've got our assassin over here on the right, and besides that we've got an entire front line of clan rats with shields and mixed in with clan rats with spears. So if you see here, we've got clan rats with spears, clan rats with shields, clan rats with spears, shields, and we've also right here in the front, we do have one of these warp lightning cannons. So this thing's super cool. You can see the little rat teams there. They're like in their loincloths, getting ready to man that thing. And I feel like that thing's ready to blow up at any time, which fits perfectly with the Skaven lore. Over here on the flanks, you see we've got some storm vermin, the sword and the shield variety. We've got on both sides. We've also got a couple of groups of rat ogres there in the middle, and then here in the back we've got some of those storm vermin with halberds. So we've got three groups, and I thought that'd be good to take care of any of those really large units that the Lizardmen tend to sometimes bring, like Bastiladons or Carnosaurs, things like that. Over here for the Lizardman, you can see he does have some skink cohorts. He's got some Saurus warriors with shields. And that's pretty much the theme there. So we got Saurus warriors with shields in the back here. We've got skink cohort in the front. It looks like a few of them have a chevron or two. And look at that. Oh man, it's coming in. Look at that in slow motion. It is already smashing right into that Bastiladon with the revivification crystal. So besides that, just all those Saurus warriors. He does have a feral stegodon over here on the left, which is super. I mean, that is just awesome. Look at all those horns in the front. He's got a Slann Mage Priest, so not Masmundi, just a different big guy. He's got a couple of spells on there. It looks like he's got the Net of Amantok. He's got actually a few different. Let's see if we can get in there. Not quite close enough. All right. Well, I give up. But he's got a good number of spells. He's got the Bastiladon with the revivification crystal, and over here on the flanks, you'll see he's got some stuff hidden here. So he's got two groups of Cold War 1 spear riders, and those guys with their anti-large bonus and their armor piercing, those guys will actually be able to get into my flanks and do a ton of damage. Over here on the left, you'll see he's got a Saurus Scar Veteran on Cold One as well, and I've been seeing a lot more people bring that. I think it's really, they're really great duelists, and with their anti-large and armor piercing, they're able to do a ton of damage. Over here on the other side, he does have some feral cold ones. So without their riders, they still do good damage. They're still armor piercing and armored. Even though they do go feral, a lot of the time against ratmen, that's not going to matter. So overall, this is just really lined up pretty even. So if you see here, I just wanted to get my front line up here just to kind of soak up damage. I figured I could try to keep my my warp lightning cannon firing as long as possible directly at this Bastiladon with the revivification crystal. Man, that's a tongue twister. And so you see, look at his health there. So I'm trying to take him out as quickly as possible, and I'm really just going to hold this hill, because as you see, I am going to have a pretty good firing area here, and once he does get too close, I'll just go ahead and charge in and just keep trying to fire with that warp lightning cannon. I do have these halberds in the back, so luckily for me, if he tries to bring these Cold One spear riders around this flank, or if he does, when he gets these feral cold ones moving, I'll be able to kind of absorb them with these strong units in the back, while letting the units in the front there take as much of the charge damage as possible. If you look here at this, he's already had to use his crystal on his Bastiladon. He's actually taken quite a lot of damage from the warp lightning cannon. over here on the right, we've actually already engaged. So he's got that Feral Stegodon charging in there, and it's done significant damage to those clan rats with shields. And so we're already, I mean, look at this, we're locked down. I'm getting hit with that net of Ammontok, so it is really disrupting my plans to kind of get my units moving up in there. But I still do have this group of rat ogres charging around, and my big goal was to try to get them to run into the back of these frontline units. So whenever you can run into the back, you see, I mean, that unit broke already, and that'll allow the rest of my units here in the front to just keep moving. Another big goal of mine has been to try to get his units to group up. So when I engage my long front line like that, typically if we can get his units to go into big groups, I can smack down with that Warp Lightning. My opponent here is really trying to get these Cold One Spear Riders around the edges, but I was able to actually intercept a lot of the units there with all my Stormvermin. But unluckily for me, he does get these Spear Riders right in here, and he's going to actually get right onto that Warp Lightning cannon. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these clan rats with spears, and I'm going to get them right on top, as well as these rat ogres. So he thought he was, coming in here and he was going to do a ton of damage to me. But really, actually, if you see here, this Warp Lightning Cannon's actually still got a good amount of health, and these Cold Run Spear Riders are taking heavy damage from the Rat Ogres and Clan Rat Spears. So I was able to collapse right here in the middle, and that was really able to, take out and kind of wreck his plan here, which he came in the back, which still keeps this Warp Lightning Cannon firing. That's my big goal in life, is to keep that thing firing. It's so expensive. Over here on the side, you see our Warlock Engineers engaged in battle now. And these Stormvermin with halberds are engaged with some Feral Cold Ones, which is a great battle for them, as well as these Sword and Shields over here being engaged with these Saurus Warriors. So I'm doing just fine. It looks like I missed a shot of Warp Lightning there, and I am being held down here in the back with a net of Ammontok. But, that was not before I was able to take out those Feral Cold Ones. If we look in here, you see there's just a ton of bodies. Look at that. There's bodies of Cold Ones all around. There's some triumphant Rat Ogres right there in the middle. And there we are. You see here, not even knocked down yet. Our Warp Lightning Cannon is back in action, and you can see, look at that. The big goal of, if I can use this to take out that Basilodon, that is a win for me in my book. So it is almost routed off the field, and that fulfills a major one of my goals. And so at this point, I'm just kind of trying to keep my units here in the middle, and we're just going to keep trying to group them up and pick off any lone units he's got. I see I have a group of Stormvermin over here that are kind of abandoned. But for me right now, I just don't have anything spare to really be able to take care of this. You see there that, oh man, he's down to 300 health. And I bet he's going to get shot down before too long. And also, I was able to kind of surround. I've still got these Rat Ogres, and I've got my Assassin in here. And I was able to surround that Saurus Scar Veteran, and I was able to take him down. So you see now, we've actually started to finally rout off a bunch of his units. And he's really going to have to get this Slann Mage Priest in here to do something major before he loses the entire battle. Over here on the right flank, we're still holding. Our Stormvermin are still holding strong. We've got some clan rounds that we need to get back into the battle. And at this point, I'm really just trying to get as many units. Oh man, look at the damage that does. That pretty much just killed them all. Look, there is only the tiniest bit of health remaining. And this unit of Stormvermin, while they were almost about to be overwhelmed before, they're now pretty much going to win over here. So we were able to, with that single magic spell, turn a major part of the battle. That's very important at this point in the battle. When I've got my units as the Skaven, they're starting to escape. I've got to really start moving all these units back into the forest. So, I've got to keep checking on those units and making sure as I zoom out that I'm able to get in there and redo it. The Stegodon is another problem. As these Lizardmen units go feral, they're just really, really hard to take down. Luckily for me, I do have a bunch of those halberds. We've got some clan rats with shields and Stormvermin. We've got some spears, and we're probably going to take that Feral Stegodon down before too long. Here in the main battle, you see, look at him charge those Cold Run Spear Riders in. But these clan rats, they're not too worried. They're going to get in there, and they're probably going to take those Cold Run Spear Riders out before too long. Look at that. You can see them kind of getting in here. You can see the Saurus Warriors with shields mixed in there. But these clan rats with spears are no joke. They've got plenty of health. You see they're nice and fresh, and the Cold Ones are shattered. These Saurus Warriors are rampaging, and we're really doing pretty good here in the middle. now that we've dealt with a lot of the major threats, we've got all of those major monsters and dinosaurs off. We're gonna use trophy heads. Look, it reduces this Slann Mage Priest. It reduces his defenses by like so much. Look at that. I think he's got 0 defense, 0 attack. He's got 27 armor right now, so he is just right for the killing. So we've got Queek chasing him. He's still being chased down. We've got this group of storm vermin with halberds, and I mean, he is just going to be just immediately destroyed. I think that means that every attack hits him. I'm not 100% sure, but he'll take some major damage. We've got Queek charging in here, and he has had to use that net of ammon talk to be able to keep my unit just from killing his priest. But I think that either way, the second that net comes off, I think I'm going to be right on top of him. Over here on the left, you'll see he actually still has this Stegodon rampaging, so it's managed to cut through about as many units as I could throw at it. It didn't matter if they had halberds or shields or Slann rats with spears. The Cold War Spear Riders have 6 units left, but they're pretty much ready to rout off pretty much whenever they engage. But those rampaging big units are still doing major trouble. You see the nets actually come off, and so we're going to just continue. I mean, he actually got some skink cohort in there. He's got a few Saurus warriors with shields in there, but that is not going to be enough to slow down all these stormvermin. We've got tons of. Oh wow! You saw those rats get sent flying by that Stegodon. I really want to take that thing out. So you see, I'm bringing my assassin in here, and since my assassin has really high. He's got 375 weapon strength, so he's actually able to do one big hit left on that Stegodon, and now that he's shattered, I think that's pretty much it. I think the Lizardmen army has taken army losses, and that is going to be it for the battle. You see here that Slann Mage Priest that I really wanted to kill. He's still alive, but he'll live to fight another day, and that's fine with me. I was able to take the victory. So that was a great game to my opponent, Conqueror Sun Tzu. I hope I was able to give you a better idea kind of what I was trying to do there. We were just, it gets pretty hectic in there, but, once you've got a battle plan, you kind of got to stick to it. I was able to use this big warp lightning cannon to take out as much of on that Battlecast as I could. You see, it really wasn't able to do much at all. It didn't provide a lot of healing, so even then, that Feral Stegodon was just a beast. It was able to get 146 kills. So, if I had been able to use that warp lightning cannon a little bit longer, I would have liked to take out that Stegodon, but alas, he did use a ton of these cold ones and spear riders to get in there. So you see these groups, I think these are the ones that all got caught. We were able just to catch them in the back and crush them. Those rat ogres got 100 kills. Some of these storm vermin got a bunch of kills also, and I mean, we were able to catch and really keep these mobile units down to a minimum. And you see the one unit he did have that was actually free and riding around was able to get 74 kills. So it's very important that we lock those ranged units down, or those mobile cavalry units down as quickly as possible with these big armor piercing rat ogres and with some of those halberds if at all possible. You see he was able to get a bunch of kills here on his front line with those Saurus warriors, but that was against my clan rats. And my clan rats, for how cheap they were actually able to get some good kills. We got 73 on this group. And so they were able to kind of to match up with those skink cohort. We were able to, just kind of bog them down and allow our elite units to get a lot more kills. I mean, when storm vermin are getting big kills, we're okay. We did get a good number of kills, I think, with our magic, but it doesn't always show. So, I'm not a fan of that, but. I would prefer if we could see all the kills that our magic got, listed maybe in a second category or something on our engineer, but that's okay. Queek was able to get in there. I mean, we were able to take out that Saurus Scar veteran. I don't know if I showed it well enough, but that trophy heads is really debilitating, as we saw as when I put it on that Slann Mage Priest. He had literally had 0 defense and 0 attack. So it was just a great game all around. We were able to get a ton of kills. I actually took more losses than he did, but luckily for me, I brought 1,269 units. So we were just able to carry the day. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Please subscribe below for more great online content. And this has been Black Iron, and this is another one of Black Iron's Battles.